Hello everyone, today we're going to go over how to copy files or backup or migrate files to IBM Cloud Object Storage using GS RichCopy 360 Enterprise. Once you have your account created with the IBM portal and you've created the S3 bucket and you've identified your S3 endpoint and obtained your access and secret keys, then you would go to GS RichCopy 360 on your machine. Under the Jobs section, create a job. Click No to skip the wizard. Give the job a name. Copy to IBM Object Storage. Description is optional. The source, which is where you want to copy from. In this case, it's going to be a local disk. However, if you wanted to copy from another cloud provider, you may choose to do so. Just click on the drop down and select it. For this example, we're just going to keep it simple to local disk. Now, for the source, you can either paste it, type it in, or browse. We're just going to go ahead and browse. I'm going to go to C drive. I'm going to select random. I'm going to select the box here that says copy as root folder, which basically indicates that we would like to create the parent folder, random, on the destination, and then copy whatever below it. If you don't check that box, it's just going to copy whatever is below random. And copy files instantly. Destination type, you click on the drop down and select S3 compatible storage, because that's what IBM Object Storage is. We're going to skip where it says browse. We need to specify an account. So here we're going to click on the plus sign. And we're going to give this cloud credentials a name, IBM Cloud Bucket, and then specify your secret key. So this is your access key, sorry. I'm going to copy, paste it, get it from access key, copy, paste it, and if you want to specify the S3 endpoint, then these are basically settings. Different cloud providers, storage providers, or S3 bucket providers, they've got different settings. Normally, for most of them, they actually support this. However, some cloud providers, they would use path style or virtual. You can ask them, or you can just test it and see if it works, then that's good enough. So now we click on test. It is successful. That means our credentials are checked, were challenged against that S3 endpoint, and they were successful. So now we click save. So now we save those credentials, and it's using it as connect as. If you click on the browse button, you will see the bucket that we created, that is created for us. We created it earlier, basically. It's empty, so we're going to go ahead and click OK. So now we're going to copy the random folder into that S3 end bucket. You select the different options. I wanted to point out a couple of things here. If you wanted to copy, if you wanted the job to start at a specific time, you can click on Start. You can have it repeat daily, every few hours, every 5 minutes, or you can have it run weekdays only, weekly, specify time of day or what day you want it to run, and so forth. So you've got quite a bit of flexibility. And you can check the job to run as a service, which basically indicates that this job, if it's scheduled, will run as a service. You don't need to have the software open, nor that you need to be logged onto the machine. So as long as the machine is on and the set schedule happens that time, then the job will run in the background and complete successfully, hopefully. So for this example, we don't need to do that. And now we're going to do copy threads. You can specify the number of threads that you want to copy. Normally for cloud jobs, we don't recommend that you go crazy. Something like 4, 8 threads is fine, depending on your bandwidth and if they do throttle you or not. Some cloud providers like Google Drive, for example, they only let you do up to 3 threads. If you do 4, they'll block you. They won't let you copy. They won't suspend your account or anything. Just won't let the job run. So we're going to go ahead and click. So now we've created the job. I'm going to go ahead and click Save. Now to start that job, we just right-click on it and select Start. The job is now queued. If you click on where it says queued here, it will show you the progress, or you can click on the progress screen. So the job should run momentarily. Now it's running, it's connected. We selected 4 threads, so it's copying those 4 threads. It's getting about 19, let's say 20 megabytes per second. So if you times that times 8, that would give you the megabits per second. So this is about 160 to 200 megabits per second is what we got. So we copied 13 files. That's how many files were there, and that's how many were copied. It took about 17 seconds to process 325 megabytes, which is not bad. Our connection is not that fast, but if you had a faster connection, you could get, sometimes we've seen it go as much as a gigabit per second throughput. So the job is complete. It shows successful. It's green. If we did encounter a problem with copying any of the files, even if it's just a single file, this green would turn red. So in that case, here we have multiple jobs. If one shows as red, then you quickly can tell, okay, this one had some problems, and then you can click on the error log next to it and see under errors what errors you had. We aggregate all the errors together, so if we had multiple files that we couldn't copy, you will see which files they were. You can either rerun the job, which means it's going to skip all the files that have not changed and copy only the changed ones or the missed ones or new ones perhaps. Otherwise, we can see if there's a different problem, permissions or so forth, then you can go in and fix those. Hopefully this was informative for you, and if you do have any questions, reach out to support@gurusquad.com, or make sure you download your trial today and give it a test. And if you need assistance with creating buckets or getting those access keys, let us know. We'll help you out as well. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully this gives you what you need to do to copy or back up to IBM Cloud Storage. Thanks.